Hello, first grade parents. This is Mrs. Kuhn. Probably gonna blotch this up because I do pretty much every year, but there is a note going home, a packet that explains pretty much everything, and you can always contact me. I gave my contact information. It should be both on my grade link teacher page and on the packet that I'm sending you home. I'm going to do a real quick, just let you see the room. It's not fully ready yet, but this is pretty much the environment your kids are going to be in. So that's the front of the room where we have the whiteboard. That's where they're doing most of their work. Over here we have classroom helpers. Sorry if you can't really see it very well. There's fun posters all over the walls, but they're like, you know, vowels and blends and digraphs and things like that. We have a reading corner, which I don't know if I can get you to see, but I have two fuzzy rugs in there, and the kids are allowed to go and read in there when, well, certain times throughout the day. Obviously this year it will be very limited because of social distancing, but I will make sure that they're not too close together. My discipline chart. Can we... Well, we can sort of see it. The top pink one is outstanding. Then it's great day, ready to learn, think about it, teacher's choice, and at the bottom, you can't really see it, is parent contact. They will start each day on ready to learn. They all have a paper up. A clothespin with their name on it, and they will all start on ready to learn. If they do something they're not supposed to do, they'll go down to think about it, and really that's just a warning. Sometimes I may actually send them to a corner of the room to actually think about it, to let them have some quiet space. Possibly even down to the office, but probably not. Probably we're going to try and keep them in here as much as possible this year. The teacher's choice, if they get down there, that is going to be where they start earning their discipline, which will probably... Oh, I mean, this could change. I left that at teacher's choice because I wanted the options. But primarily what happens is if they get down to teacher's choice, they lose 5 minutes of their recess. We, instead of keeping them in or making them sit, we make them run. I'm sure you guys are familiar with, at least some of you are familiar with that because you were in kindergarten here, and it's the same thing. But we really hesitate to take away, like fully take away recess from small children. The next one is parent contact. If they get way down to parent contact, that means they have been pretty bad that day. And that means I will contact you and let you know as the parent what happened. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. It's just, I will just contact you and let you know what happened and why. Also, if they're down at the parent contact, then they end up running 10 laps instead of 5 at recess. You'd be surprised at how many laps these little kids can run, so it's really not that big of a deal. If they get up to great day, I have some various different rewards for them, but mostly when they get on Great Day, I have a chart. I'm sure they'll tell you all about it. Let's see if I can, yep, right there. Each child has their name on it, and if they get up to Great Day, they get 1 check mark on there. When they receive, what did I start with? I think we do 7 check marks. They get to go to the prize box. After they've been to the prize box for a number of times, like I know some of these kids are really, really good, and they end up going a lot. So sometimes if they've been to the prize box a lot because they end up getting up there a lot, then I raise the bar and I make them do just a little bit more and just a little bit better. Also, well, when they get up to the outstanding, I have some very special privileges for them, and I not fully decided on those yet because COVID has made me rethink everything in my classroom, as I'm sure you know. It's pretty much made everybody rethink everything. We have a birthday chart. In the back of the room, we have a chart with some of the sight words on it. Now, I'm going to tell you, sight words are probably the most important things that your child can be working on. They learned some of them in kindergarten. That's wonderful. Some of them will still be struggling. That's okay. Everybody learns at their own pace. And I don't want anybody to feel bad if they don't know them. However, I'm sending home a list of sight words. The sight words in the room are slightly different, but we work on those in class. At home, I want you to practice the sight words, the list that I sent home. Now, your child should fully know that list before Christmas. If they do not fully know that list by Christmas, and obviously some kids, like I said, take a little longer to learn things, and that's okay, but they need some pretty intense studying at home if they're not there by Christmas. Definitely by the end of January, they should know them all. For sure. They should know how to spell them, how to write them, how to read them. They should just know them because those are very important common words in the English language that they're going to run into a lot. And you will find that I know the Chromebook is moving all over. You will find that I am an avid reader, and I love to read stories to your kids. That's the one greatest thing I miss about my kids being all grown up, is reading bedtime stories to them. That being said, reading is very important to me, and I really, really stress reading and love of reading in my class. We have a lot of books. I have 2 different small bookshelves that I'll be putting books out, and I'll try to change them anywhere between once a week and once a month. It really just depends on how things are going. Unfortunately, as some of you know, but most of you probably don't, I've been fighting daily migraines for a year and a half now. So there honestly are days when I just can't get to it. But I will absolutely do my best. All right, let me think if there's anything else. The packet I'm sending you is pretty explanatory. We do a whole separate phonics program, which is wonderful. They will really, really learn not only the sounds, but the rules of the sounds. Why do we spell things certain ways? Our spelling curriculum, and again, this is all in the packet, the spelling curriculum does not actually start until like Phonics Unit 43, but I'm starting them after the first month, so probably in October. We'll probably start the 1st of October. Spelling words at first will consist of sight words, possibly their names, first and last. I do number words and color words because I feel that those are very important for the kids to be able to recognize. And I know that some of them are difficult, and that's okay. The other thing I want to tell you as parents is first grade is a little bit of a rough adjustment. And I really think that it's important that we don't focus so much on grades, but we focus a lot more on progress. That's what we focus on in this classroom a lot, is progress. What are you learning? Not how fast you're learning, because everybody learns in different ways and in different times. God made us all special, so we all learn differently. Math. We are doing the Pearson curriculum. We will learn adding, subtracting, we will eventually get to 2-digit adding, so they will have to learn to carry. There's no 2-digit subtracting quite yet. English is going to be a challenge for some of them. Some of these kids, they have no problem picking it up, and they breeze right through it. But the English is, the program we use is Shirley English, and it's a little different from the English that we are used to. There should be, I should say there will be, an email coming to you with a link so that you can access their books online, so that maybe you can help them understand it. The thing with Shirley English is that they learn a lot of parts of speech. I think they end up learning 8 of them, which is a lot more than most first graders learn. So what I would tell you is to do your best, obviously, in helping them. I will be helping them individually as much as I possibly can. But I would also say, especially with the English, do not stress too much over the grades, because the way I look at it is the Shirley is an intense program, but it's going to be wonderful for them as they go on, because each year they will build on what they've learned. Not that they're necessarily going to learn that many more parts of speech, but that they will learn them even better. We start, obviously, with nouns and verbs, but we also start with what is a sentence. They should be able to tell you some of these things when they come home. What is a sentence? I forgot some of the other things, but there's jingles. So they will learn jingles, which they may or may not bring home. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Okay, spelling. Spelling is, I went over spelling, I'm sorry. Tests, I forgot about the test part. Tests will be on Thursday and Friday. Excuse me. There will be no sentences until the actual, the spelling that goes with your phonics comes along. After that, there will be a test on the words only on Thursday and a test with the words and the sentences on Friday. I need to move along here because this was supposed to be short. Handwriting, we used the Donnellian, and I sent home a sample for you. Obviously, those who are doing online learning, you will have the book, and inside the back of the book, there is also a chart that shows how the letters are formed. Mrs. Hink wanted to tell you, Little Angels Choir will sing as soon as we can. We really don't know what the mandates are going to be yet. They're going to meet for choir. Mrs. Farr, our new teacher, our kindergarten teacher, who is wonderful, is going to lead them. We just don't know if they can sing in church yet. For online people, now this is only for online people. If you are doing online learning for both Mrs. Hink and for me, you will pick up a packet after school on Fridays and return it the next Friday. So what's going to happen is you'll work on it during the week, obviously, and then return it so that we can grade those papers, and we'll have a fresh packet waiting for you so you can do the next week's. There will be videos every day. I will video, Mrs. Hink and I are videoing our classes in slightly different ways, but we're both videoing our lessons. So you don't really have to worry that you have to be the teacher because we're still teaching. We just want you to be able to come and pick up the packets. So for Google Classroom, you will have to go on my first grade and also Mrs. Hink's first grade. Your child will be in both because they have her in the afternoon for certain subjects. You will learn more about that, but we used Google Classroom last spring, so you should be at least somewhat familiar with it. So we will both have videos and instructions on Google Classroom. That's how you'll get your lessons if you're staying at home. If you are not staying at home, but your child missed something, you might want to review the lessons. That's fair too. The last thing I want to tell you is about folders that come home. Okay, that's not the last thing. My first graders in the morning will have two folders. They have a yellow one and a purple one. Those of you who are online, just never mind that. It doesn't matter. But the yellow folder is for homework. The purple folder has a home and a return side. Please return all the papers that are in the return side. Okay? If they're not finished, just leave them alone and return them the next day. That's what the homework folder is for. On the occasion that they have homework, and I don't really believe in homework, so I try not to give very much of that, but on the occasion that they do have homework, either because they weren't working hard or they were struggling to understand something, or, I mean, there's a various, maybe we just didn't have time to finish it, then it will be in the yellow homework folder. Okay, so this is very important. If it's in the purple folder on the return side, you do not need to have them finish it. Oftentimes, we have things in there that we will finish the next day. Yellow homework folder, finish it and return it the next day. Okay. And so now I have the final thing. And the final thing is that your first graders, because they are going to be in Mrs. Hink's room at the end of the day anyway, they are going to exit out her fire door just like they enter. You as parents should wait on that sidewalk out there, or in your cars if you prefer, until they are let out the doors. We're going to do our best to keep social distancing and masks and that sorts of things. Oh, that reminds me, masks, I forgot. When they are in here in the morning, we have Ziploc bags. So if they should happen to sneeze or cough or something into their mask, or their mask gets dirty somehow, now they won't be wearing them very much, so I don't think that's going to happen often. But when it does, I will put it in a baggie and we'll label it dirty. Okay? You should always have at least 2 masks at school. If it was my child, I would have 3. Just because you never know what's going to happen, and sometimes you just need a backup. Mrs. Hink has asked for 2 binders, as you should have seen on the supply list. One of them says clean and the other one says dirty. Those are for their masks. And that should be pretty much it, I think. So, have a wonderful night. I'm so sorry I didn't get to actually meet you in person. That's kind of a fun thing when I get to meet the parents. But know that I cannot wait to meet your children. I know some of them I don't. But I love first grade. I'll just tell you that I love first grade. I love that light in their eyes when they learn how to read or how to add or how to, whatever it is they learn. When they finally figure out why you use CK instead of K or C. When there's all kinds of little things that they learn, and it's so exciting. And most of them are so excited to learn these things. So that's all I had for tonight. My information for contacting me is in your packet. So if you come on Thursday night to get the, if you come on Thursday night to give me supplies, you can pick up that packet. If you don't quite have all the supplies, because I sent out that email a little late, like gave you a couple days notice and that's all, that's fine. But I would encourage you to bring in what you do have on Thursday night, and then send whatever else with them on the first day of school. God bless.